Yo, it is Wednesday already. 2023 is a lot easier than you thought it would be, isn't it? Today, we're going to talk about some chip announcements at CES, Shopify kicking meetings to the curb, and a new CEO at Under Armour. That was the wrong music. That's the outro music, but no one's going to know unless I told them.
We're just getting started. So he's like, this would have been bad. We'd have been stopped. We'd have been like, okay, pod's done.
I guess that's the end of the show. What are we going to do? It's the outro music. We have to stop now. Oh, I love it. I love it. I felt the energy yesterday as people were getting into 2023, and it kind of settled into the groove like right away. Like
no, it was like, it was not just, it was like from the moment the pod hit, like even the couple comments, and then all of a sudden it was like every meeting we had, everyone was like, yeah, we're doing a thing. Let's go. You know,
it actually felt more like a neutral drop. Like park, it's in park, revving the engine, and now it's in drive, and the wheels are spinning, and we're flying forward. Got a lot of great stuff going on this month. Hope to see you around. We're going to be traveling around. Obviously, NADA is going to be the thing. We're literally going to get to see tens of thousands of our friends in the auto industry. So if you're going to be at NADA, make sure if you see us, please say hi. Please. We would love to see you, meet you in person, have a conversation. And look, if you're not going to be at NADA, let's just say this. We're bringing like 15, 20 people to NADA to cover it, so you can feel like you're at NADA. So make sure you're following us on LinkedIn at Asotu. Follow us on Instagram for more of the behind the scenes at Automotive State of the Union on Facebook. And we're going to try to bring the show to you if you can't be there, because somebody's got to work, right? Can't all be at NADA pretending we're working.
Some cars. That's right.
Can't be there pretending we're working. Other things coming up, but let's talk about some stuff. We have some fun stuff today. So we like to talk about automotive stuff, but we also like to talk about broader retail and tech things that apply to automotive, because we feel like that is how our perspective is going to be broadened the way it needs to be, so that we can win, which is why you're here, right? We're trying to win.
Exactly.
But first, we're going to talk about auto, kind of a little bit, and tech as well. Day one of the Consumer Electronics Show, aka CES, in Las Vegas was yesterday, and gaming chip maker / AI company, I don't know what they call themselves anymore, Nvidia, announced several partnerships in automotive. They deepened their ties in their automotive. They're showing they're a serious player, trying to move this kind of technological renaissance of the auto industry forward. First is with Mercedes-Benz, using their Omniverse platform to create a digital twin of its assembly plant. So we talked about something like this a while back, but basically video and visual, creating a duplicate of the plant so you can build efficiency, make things go faster, create a virtual environment. Two others, Foxconn, who you may recognize because they build your iPhone that you're using right now. They also are building vehicles now, if you didn't realize that. They're using NVIDIA's technology to build better vehicles, chips and sensors for automated driving. And then finally, Hyundai, Polestar, and BYD are planning to use NVIDIA's GeForce Now cloud gaming service in the vehicle. Not while you're driving, but in the vehicle.
Yep. Remember that one time yesterday, I was like, yo, I think there's a good chance we're going to see some software partnerships in automotive.
This article wasn't even out yet.
It wasn't even out yet. Got him. This makes a ton of sense to me. If you don't like, Nvidia just powers so much stuff that a lot of times you don't even realize, video cards and
graphics cards
and graphics cards and all that type of stuff. So it's not really a surprise on the hardware side of things, and even on the software side of things for people that are paying attention to that side of the world. But I think that these are a few really interesting things, like powering in-car gaming is a really neat use for this type of technology. The being and then Danny Shapiro, and the vice president of NVIDIA, said they really want to be an end-to-end partner for automakers, and that's a big deal, because when you think about the consumer journey and how people are integrating the rest of life and the way that they operate with all of their devices, and understanding that the automotive journey can also do the same thing, I think is going to be important. So I would actually expect that my next prediction, and this is probably a little bit further down the line, is that automakers start to recognize how the support of all of this type of stuff can link to local retailers, right? Like how they can use that data, how they can use the technology to make the shopping experience better, to make the purchasing experience better. Because this is enterprise technology that can be drawn into the franchise system as well.
Well, speaking of linking to consumers,
Segue.
That's great.
Kind of surprising. A lot of people in the athletic wear industry, Under Armour has named current president of Marriott International, her name's Stephanie Linnartz, Under Armour's new CEO. So this is a major surprise to people in the industry because she doesn't have any retail or athletic wear, retail sports, any experience. She's on the board of Home Depot, which is kind of retail, but not really. So Marriott, also a much bigger company, $20 billion, Marriott International, Under Armour, about $5.9 billion. And the executive chairman of Under Armour told CNBC that they are seeking to be a bigger player in fashion and lifestyle apparel, whereas like, Nike and Adidas, already kind of fashion lifestyle brands, Under Armour struggling there. They've just actually dropped off the list of top 10 brands for teens. And so this is going to sound familiar, Kyle. Hospitality, that industry has a whole lot of similarities to retail.
No.
How
really?
about that? It's just exciting to see somebody getting that in the retail side.
Yep.
I think it's going to pay big dividends. And we constantly say to auto dealers, like, think like you're in the hospitality business.
Absolutely. Because when people are like, it's the Ritz-Carlton mindset. It's the idea that knowing what somebody wants before they want it is more than just the Ritz. It's an idea of like, how do we get people enjoying the experience that they're having, and whether that's an experience shopping online, being in person, anything like that. Hospitality is experiential. That's why you see so many people that have like gone through high school and college as waiters and waitresses start to enter the sales side of the retail business, or even the service side, because that level of hospitality is a very clear line into a retail mindset. So like this, I think it makes a ton of sense. And from a leadership perspective, someone like Stephanie has all the leadership capacity to run a company that's $20 billion revenue company, and just transferring some of the mindset I think it's going to pay dividends for UA.
Yeah. Without that, I mean, if you're an auto dealer, you're listening, you're in sales, you're in fixed ops, like, welcome that hospitality mindset into your look for it, right? When we're talking about recruiting, who can we bring in? My first job in automotive was as a service writer. I didn't know anything about cars. And the dealer owner at the time, a Chevy dealer, he said, I want people that know about people and how to make them feel comfortable and heard and understood. So bam, there you go. Living proof for that one. We need a segue for the Shopify meetings things because it's just so good.
It was right there. It was like,
tip of my tongue. Speaking of people getting down to business in 2023.
Segue.
A lot of energy this morning.
Back from earlier in the show, it's
a lot of energy today. So, okay, get this. E-commerce platform Shopify is kicking off the new year by kicking most of their internal meetings to the curb. The company has implemented what they're calling, get this, a calendar purge, which aims to cut down on the number of meetings held. We all know meetings are mostly a waste of time if you're not incredibly intentional about them. So here are a couple bullets from their new kind of rules. All recurring meetings with more than 2 people will be removed in perpetuity. So if there's a meeting on the calendar and it's got more than 2 people in it, Shopify's like, well, let's start by getting rid of all of those.
Recurring meetings. Recurring meetings.
Right. Which saying like, hey, once a week, twice a week. They're saying Wednesdays, 0 meetings can happen on Wednesdays. So giving their people a break.
I know a lot of companies that have moved to like a no meeting day. So that's a scene move. I like it.
I don't know if we're there yet as a company.
No, we're not there.
Big meeting. This is great. Big meetings of more than 50 people will be restricted to 6 hours on Thursday with a limit of 1 a week. So what they mean is a 6-hour range.
Yeah. So I was like, how many 6-hour meetings you guys having over there?
Factor the labor rate of 50 people in a 6-hour meeting. How expensive is that meeting?
Right.
A meeting with 6. I mean, think, what can you accomplish in a meeting with 50 people that you can't just,
that's going to be like a town hall. It's obviously going to be something,
unless there's meaningful Q&A.
Yeah.
Right. It might as well be a 5-minute video that you just make everybody watch.
Right.
And the CEO, Toby Letke, who co-founded the company, said the best thing founders can do is subtraction. It's much easier to add things than to remove things. If you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to something else. And as people add things, the set of things that can be done becomes smaller. So she's like, you end up with more and more people just maintaining the status quo. How many people in all businesses, but in the auto industry, how many of the things we do are literally just kind of a habitual maintaining the status quo?
The status quo, man. This takes me back, like Kevin Deutsch of Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. He said, "My job when I walk in, he's general manager. My job every single day is to figure out what clutter is in the way of my employees, so they don't have to continue fight to get around it."
Yeah, that's amazing.
I think that's like any leader. I'm reminded of that. I'm thinking of it. If our team like watches this podcast and half our team is producing it, I'm like, all right, I got to get level set on this. Like, how do I remove clutter, whether it be meetings or other things, like remove clutter so people can go. And that's what kudos to Shopify, especially as they've like restructured and they had to do a bunch of layoffs. It's like realigning everything for efficiency. This is a big way to do it. So thinking about that in your business, I think is important.
Hey, it feels like a great thing to talk about at the beginning of the year, right? We have that fresh start. Yep. We have all types of systems in place. I mean, if this isn't a good time to start to like get some of the clutter, I love Kevin Deutsch just speaking that wisdom. Think about it today as you walk into your day. What piece of clutter can you get out of the way of your teams or get out of the way of your customers to do business with you? It's there.